Hello and welcome to the Event Ticket with Ticket Scanner plugin for WordPress and WooCommerce. This is part 1 of a series for use cases so that you get a fast start to set up your premium plugin or even the free plugin to get a quick start. This video is for event organizers. We are going through the options and I explain you some of these options in details so that you understand better if you use them or you can use them or if it makes no sense for you at all. The focus will be on Event Ticket Organizer. So the first steps are clear. You will need some WooCommerce products that are actually then the tickets or the events basically. And before we are adding the products, let's go to the options and discover some of these options that make sense for an event organizer. So the option section is above here. If you have a premium plugin, please activate the premium plugin so that all features are active and working. And it will be at the top. Here's your serial key. You just enter the serial key and then you can use it. There's a quick menu chooser because we have so many options for so many different use cases that sometimes it's overwhelming to get started. If you have no clue at all and you just want to start, the plugin is already configured for event organizers. You can start immediately. You sell a product marked as a ticket. We will see this in a few seconds. And then everything goes on already. Nothing to do that much. But some of these features maybe are not really usable for you and you want to deactivate them or you want to activate other options. The options are also explained in detail on our documentation page. I would like to show you this here. This is the link. You can always go to the documentation and we are working on it so that each option will be also documented in detail, and there will be a new link here one day if everything is done. So let's jump in for Event Organizer. You can control the access to the system itself. I realize it really doesn't matter because anyway it's controlled over the WordPress roles. So you can activate this, but it really doesn't matter for a quick start. You have the ticket scanner. This is the main tool. You're going to work during the entrance. So let's spend here a little bit. You can shut down the ticket scanner. The URL is almost always the same. You can change this. I'll show you this later. But the default installation is always the same URL. So somebody can jump on the ticket scanner. But is there really something important? So the only harm that could be done is somebody is redeeming tickets and they are not valid anymore. If this is a big thing, I'm not really sure. Never had this issue. The public ticket number is anyway not only the ticket number, but it will contain the order ID and the timestamp to prevent people from guessing the ticket number. So you can say no login required to access the scanner. If you have several people, you can activate a role, or if you don't use this at all, you can now use the new out token system. Basically you create out tokens. Let's jump in here really fast. You can create out tokens, and once they are created, add some description and so, and then people are basically able to scan the code. So only the out token with ticket scanner URL, depend on what you need. Your people are going to open the ticket scanner and then they scan the out token. The out token will be stored within the browser, and from that point on they are able to redeem tickets and scan tickets. If they don't do this and you have the out token in place, then they are not able to scan any tickets. They can only scan the out token. So let's jump in here. You can deactivate this, of course, and so on. Back to the options. Alright, this is the ticket scanner. Allow logged in user as an administrator to open the ticket scanner. So then only logged in users and of the role administrator can use your ticket scanner. It's basically almost the same like this one here. This is more that you can say, okay, also editors or authors or subscribers or customer shop managers, whatever you have roles, that can be activated. The administrator is always able to access the ticket scanner as a logged in person. Then you can say allow to redeem the ticket only if it's paid. This is an option I would recommend to activate. It makes sense, otherwise people are just buying the tickets. If you create the tickets already up front without being completed, then you need to activate this, otherwise people are entering your event without having paid. Then you can activate count each ticket scan with the ticket scanner as a confirm check. This is just to see how often they went in and out. If you allow people to leave the event and coming back, maybe you want to see how often they went in and out to get an idea. Then you could activate this, up to you. Display confirm checks, then you will see how often the ticket is scanned, and this number maybe indicates something. I'm not really sure if somebody's using this, but you have this option. Do not allow tickets to be redeemed before starting date. This is for event organizers that are doing the same event maybe more than once per day, and then you add a time to the ticket itself, and you do not want people to enter an earlier event, so then activate this, and you can apply a number here. This is hours before the event starts. So in this case, only if the event starts and minus 1 hour. So if the event starts at 2, people can enter. You can redeem tickets already starting from 1 o'clock. Do not store the chosen CAM device ID. This is a new feature. If you open the ticket scanner, then it's in the web browser, and the web browser will ask you for permissions to use the CAM. We are using a JavaScript library to access the camera, to scan the QR code, and then to extract the ticket, the public ticket number. Sometimes you do not want to have this ID for the camera you have chosen to be stored. There's also a button on the ticket scanner. You can click on this and delete this information. This is made if you reload your browser often, you don't have so many people entering your event, so your mobile phone is not active all the time, and then you need to choose again maybe which camera you want to have. That's why we are storing the device ID, front or back, or if you have more than two cameras in another camera. You can activate this, and then the ID is not stored. This is for the ticket scanner. We have the WooCommerce ticket sale. In case you have issues that you cannot access the detail page of the ticket, sometimes for security reasons it's not possible to have a deep link into the plugin folder where the default detailed ticket page is located, then you can apply a path. If you add this path will be used on the tickets, and if they click on open the detail page, then this path will be added. Make sure that no page exists that is matching this value. The trick behind this is we are listening on the page not found error, and if you don't have this page, then we are checking if you set up this path, and if the path matches the URL your customer tries to access, then we are redirecting it to the ticket detail page. Sometimes you have also different issues. Then again, it's team-based or security features-based. You can activate the compatibility mode, and in this case, the ticket number will be typically added to the path at the end, and with the compatibility mode, it will be added as a parameter. And this helps often if you have issues. So make sure after your first test order that you click the links and check if they're really working. If they're not working, you can activate this. Choosing this value will immediately save it. So there's no save button. You can try out, just reload the page. Does it work or not? And then this is a quick helper for you to get up and running. Activate the OBN flash. Some themes, some plugins are not closing correctly their OB cache. And if you experience this, the PDF is not rendered, then try to activate this OBN flash. But this will also slow down your website a little bit, so you have to try this out. I'm not really sure if it's always necessary, but for some installations it's a great helper. Sometimes the theme or the plugins are correctly developed, but the generating of the PDF is exiting the WordPress to show you the PDF. In this case, maybe some open OBs are not closed, then you need this also. If some plugins are injecting themselves before the event ticket plugin, what's absolute correct and possible. Do not show the redeem button on the ticket detail page. If you activate this, then the self-redeem button is not visible. Most of the time, nobody want to redeem their ticket by himself. This is more for other use cases, because you can have a webhook that is activating this, and so the people can redeem their tickets by themselves. The webhook is called, and maybe some additional information emails also are sent by your third-party solution or server. For event ticket, I would say leave it like it is. Remove this if it's checked. So don't add the self-redeem button. It's not harmful, but it's confusing for your customers. Then we have a label that is preparing your ticket number so that people understand this is the ticket number. And you can change whatever you want to have. This is placed then on the invoice if you use the plugin, at the order table and also in the order details. You can hide the PDF download button. Up to you. Typically, it makes sense that people have a safety feeling if they can download the PDF additional to the email, additional to the QR code you might attach to the purchase order, so they have a feeling that they are safe. They have something, a paperwork or so. They can print this out, bring it to you. It doesn't matter. There's a QR code you can scan. But if you do not want to have this, you can hide this. The downside of the PDF is if you change the product, then the information on the PDF that is sent out to the customer already cannot be changed anymore, of course. It's already in the inbox. The event ticket plugin is working like this. If you change the event or the product, then every time you refresh the detail page or you re-download the PDF, then the new information will be placed on the PDF. This allows you to have quick changes almost during the entrance time. Display the order detail link. I strongly recommend to have this activated. This is a very great new feature where you can fast scan the people. I show you how it looks like. This is the order detail page, and if they buy more than one ticket, they have on their mobile phone just this version, and they click scanning, next, scan, next. And then this allows them to be really fast at the entrance, and that you're not fighting with opening a new PDF, opening the other PDF or so. I strongly recommend to display the order detail view link for them. You can display the order detail view link with all the tickets in one page, also on the checkout page. This will be in the email, and this on the checkout page. It doesn't hurt. I would recommend activate this if you allow people to buy tickets right in front of the event, so they can have it. They see it on the order page. They don't need to check their emails. They can go to your entrance personnel and they let them scan this. It's recommendation. It's this. By default, it's not activated to not harm existing installations, but I recommend strongly to activate this. Makes sense. Display all tickets in one PDF. This is a feature. If people are buying a lot of tickets as a group, they want to enter the event, then you can have only one PDF, and each page will have one ticket. So it's also for fast access. You open one PDF, you just scroll and scan the next QR code. But the order detail is always preferred. This also can grow by quite big. Keep always in mind that if you generate PDFs, then there's a limit for the email. Also a limit on your server. If they're buying 100 tickets, you need to generate on your server first the 100 tickets PDF, and they're quite big, maybe 11 megabyte, and they are not going to be sent with the email, the order email, so they might have a problem. This is anyway just a download. The premium allows you to attach the PDF. But it's still, it could be quite big, and it's rendered every time they click on the link on your server. But could be quite helpful. Display all tickets in one PDF. That's the download button. Also on the checkout page. Maybe you don't need this here. I would activate this. It's not harming that much. Hide the PDF download link from the purchase order email. By default, it's always activated. They have a link in there. Maybe you don't want them to download the PDF, then you can activate this here. If you have the order detail page, maybe you don't need the PDF. Totally up to you. Hide the detail page from the purchase order email, same. Then you have some labels. Always add labels that are really understandable, so they understand. Now this is a big one here. Choose the order status for ticket assignment. By default, the ticket will not be generated just because you open an order and add a ticket item. It will be added only on the chosen status here. This on hold is just, I played around. The idea is processing incomplete. Processing means you received already the payment, but you're not ready to set it to complete. Maybe you're sending out something or so. Totally up to you what you're doing here. But I recommend processing incompleted. Only at those status, the tickets are added to the order itself. And then the emails that are going out will contain also the ticket information. You can also say only on completed if you don't want to have them on at the processing. This makes sense if you really want to process and you're still not sure about the room, the location. You want to count how many people are going to come, and then decide later to change the location information on the ticket, and then maybe removing this from the processing here. If you don't add the PDF detail view and ticket view and don't add the PDF, you can send out this with processing, because the order detail information will be updated anyway live right before they're entering the location. Could be something. If you in the order and you change it from processing to completed, the ticket will be added. If you remove the ticket information and you change back to one of these status, the tickets will be re-added, or new ticket numbers will be assigned to this order. Attach PDF to the purchase email. Premium feature is a PDF. So for 5 codes, you will get 5 PDFs. Again, have in mind how big will be your PDF. If you have big images added to the PDF, or you attach even PDFs to your PDF ticket, then it might maybe get really fast big. And also there's a feature that I do not add with the plugin more than 21 tickets. Otherwise, it's guaranteed it will not be sent out to your customer. It will be too big. Most of the email providers have an email limit with 5 megabyte. Attach all PDFs as one PDF. The same, you can activate both. It makes sense if you need this. And then they will have all the 5 tickets, let's say, and then additional 1 PDF with all the tickets again. The advantage, if you choose the single one, maybe they bought the tickets not for themselves only, and so they can send this to their friends. Here's your ticket, X, Y, Z. With the one, it's also possible, but they will have all the tickets, of course. Attach the PDF. So if you have this, you can also control at what email you want to attach them, maybe only on completed, or on both, or on all of them. Yeah. Of course, if you say new order, but you don't generate on the new order, then it will not be pending payment. It will not be attached, of course, it's not there. The attachment will only be done if you really have tickets assigned to the order. Yeah, I think it makes sense. You can adjust the PDF size, you can strip some information. If you experience rendering issues because you are adding the short description of the product and you're using a HTML code, not all the HTML code is evaluated and rendered with the PDF engine I'm using. So then you can play around with this. You can show them as tags. This is for debugging. You see, yes, it's really because of the HTML tag. And then you can activate this option, and the system will try to remove the not supported HTML tags. It's using the WordPress functions that are available. Oops, sorry. Display product variant name. If your product is a variant, event XYZ, and then you have the variant for locations or for rank or VIP tickets or something like this, then you can choose to have the variant name printed on it, like the time or so, and then activate this here. If you don't do this, the variant name is not displayed. Yeah, that's it. Short description, yes or no, you need to decide. If you have too much short description, then the PDF ticket will be much bigger than one page, of course. Yeah. It can be quite ugly. So you need to decide if you want to have this or not. I wouldn't recommend, because on the product itself, you are able to enter a small information portion that is printed on the ticket anyway. Yeah. Display the customer note on the ticket if you need this. Could make sense so that there's no argument, and the people at the entrance do not need to open the order to check the notes and so on. Hide the customer name and address on the ticket. Could be useful if you don't want to expose your clients. If you have an event with people that basically do not want everybody to know where is their address and so on, then just activate this and it's not on the ticket. Also the same with the payment details here, and then it's a little bit more safety. It adds safety. If it's a small event, nobody cares. Maybe it helps to see how did you pay. Yeah. Hide the ticket price in case you're doing this. You have different prices for different people, and they're located in the same location and same rank also. You could hide the price, or if it's just a matter of your preference. Yeah. I don't judge this. It's there if you need it. Display the purchase item on the ticket. This is if you do an event and people can buy on your page also additional products, like a beverage package or food package and so on. You can activate this, and all the items that are on the order will be listed additionally, without the ticket of course, additionally on the ticket itself, so that your personnel can see, yes, they bought the beverage packet as an example. Display the ticket list name on the ticket. You can organize your tickets in lists, and you can print the list name here, and you can print also the list description. Could be useful if you have a list for a location or for a room, for VIP or so, and you want to add additional information for these people. You could have them also on the ticket. Totally up to you. Then display the quantity of the purchased ticket. If they're buying more than one, maybe it's helpful for you to see how many tickets they have and what number is this ticket in here, and then you can use this text. This will be added on the ticket scanner, this will be added on the ticket detail page, this will be added on the PDF. Display the registered user value on the ticket. For event organizer, it makes no sense for me, but maybe you want to have this. The registered user value can be entered by the user only if they're using the ticket number validator. The validator is there. I know that nobody's using it. It almost makes no sense for tickets to be validated. And if you activate that the user can register it for this code, then they can enter a registration value like an email address or so. Hide amount the redeemed tickets within the ticket scanner. If your guard is checking and scanning, they see a number at the bottom of the ticket scanner, how often a ticket for this event, for this product, is already redeemed. So they have an idea how many people maybe are already in your location. Hide the WordPress name, description, I think it's clear, and also the WordPress URL on the ticket. If you don't want to show it, you can hide it. Then a little bit design. You can add a logo, a small logo. This will be added on the bottom of the ticket in the center. Then you can add a banner. This will be added at the top before any text comes. Then you can have an image. This is exaggeration, it's way too big, but maybe you want to add a banner at the top, and then your ticket information will be below this. It will occupy the whole page, the whole width of the page. You can add a background image for your ticket. Just choose it here, media chooser, upload it, and you can attach additional PDF to the ticket itself. Maybe you want to explain something about the singer, or you want to add offers or your catalog, and so this is where it goes. You just add an additional PDF, and the system will try to merge the PDFs. If it's not working, please do the test up front. Then maybe your PDF you're using has special features like a password, or the size is not 100% supported. I uploaded an A3 PDF attached to a normal A4 ticket. No problem, PDF can work with this. But again, maybe the library I'm using is not supporting a specific type of PDF you try to attach. So please test this up front. Then you have translations. This is for the ticket heading. You can add your translations in here for different kind of elements. Ticket redirect, not needed for event organizers. The event flyer is just an element that allows you to download this within the product section. You can add this in here if you really need this. Typically you have this by yourself already. Same features, you have banner, you have background images. This is helpful. Attach the calendar file, and then they will have a calendar file in their email, and they can attach this to the email, and they can immediately add on their mobile phone. Typically it's mobile phone, the cal entry for your event, and makes their life much easier. You can show the event date on the purchase order email additionally to say, hey, it will be at this time. It's date and time basically. If you're not sure about the date and time, you can remove them first. User profile, ticket badge, event organizing. Maybe you have an event where people are handed out badges. They can put them around their neck, running around, and the ticket badge can be also attached and sent to your customer. Most of the time you will download them by yourself and print them out, or you tell them, please print them out, bring it with you. And you can always, with the laptop at the entrance, you can always go to the ticket and you can download it if they forgot their own and print it for them and cut it. So there will be a download button. You can activate this to have the badge. This is the label for the button. You can attach the ticket badge download link to your emails. So they have a link, they click on this and they download this badge. You can attach the file, the PDF file, directly to the email. Again, keep in mind that you have a limited amount of allowed email size, attachment size for the emails. And then you can have, if they buy more than one, you can have all badges within one PDF. You can activate both or one or none, of course. For the badge, you decide how big it is. You give in millimeters the size, and then you can design it here. Again, please test this. The engine is not working if you break your HTML code. The HTML code has to be strict. If you open the HTML tag, you have to close it. Otherwise, it will not be rendered. And most of the HTML tags are anyway not supported. You can do tables, you can do divs, you can do the normal formatting here, no problem, but don't exaggerate. You will have more problems. You can add images. The images do not need to be local. If you add images, I recommend use a full qualified URL. This means the full URL to your image, and it will be embedded into the PDF. These are the tags you can use. Just the order, billing, first name will be added in here, and I added a lot of these possible elements. You see them here. Just copy paste, enter them. There's a loop option for the items. This means if you want to display also your purchase additional items also on the batch, then you can add this loop here. It's not really intuitive, I understand. We are fighting to get a better template engine here, but for now it works. So use this. You have just copy paste this in there, and then you have your items. You can format them a little bit and they will be printed. If no items are there, then this whole loop will be removed. It's then just empty. And the space shouldn't be occupied. This is good for you. This is the validator I was talking about. It makes no sense for event organizers, at least from my understanding. Then you have the validation manager for the validator form, logged in user only for the validator. Can be things. Track IP, depends what you want to do with this. Is a premium feature. Nothing for event organizer specific. Protection with blocker, user redirect, not need. This is the webhooks. Maybe you have a third-party system and you want to count if people are entering your location, and you can do this fully automatically. You activate the webhooks, you enter your URL, you have the possibility to call other third-party servers for almost all the options you might need, like redeeming, it's expired, it's checked, and so on. And then just enter them in here. Where is redeemed? This is the one. Maybe you want to count how many people additional to my counter in here. So let me see, where is this written? Yeah, here. You can use for your URL placeholders. If you add this tag or this placeholder to your URL, then it will be replaced runtime with the user ID or with the code or the code display. The code and the code display, the difference is this is the one that people are seeing. This is your ticket number, and you can have the ticket number and with dashes maybe, and just the code will be only the ticket number. No delimiters are used, nothing, in case you need this. And there are much more tags. If you click here, there's a huge list you can use, placeholders. Then WooCommerce product ticket assignment. This is a special feature, and yeah, it really depends how you want to work with your ticket numbers. You can say clear the ticket number if the order was deleted, cancelled, or refunded. Then the ticket number will be freed again and can be reused if you activate the reuse option here for the next sold product on the same ticket list. If you don't activate this, then the ticket number is just burnt. Yeah. If you have a premium, no matter, doesn't matter, you can have billions of ticket number as long as your database and your server can handle this. And there is no limitation, but maybe it's a good idea to reuse them. And then you can have them reused. Activate this and it will be. Do not put the ticket in the email to the customer. If active, the assigned ticket number and other ticket related information will not be added to the email. If you have the PDF, everything is in the PDF, but the information will not be on the email itself. Do not print the ticket on the PDF invoice. WooCommerce page. We are only supporting one PDF invoice plugin for WooCommerce, and if you activate this, it's not printed also on this specific plugin there. Set the ticket number format pattern for new sales. This is a global one. You can override this with the ticket list. You can override this on the product level if you want to have it differently. And this allows you basically, if you do not create upfront ticket numbers, then the on-the-fly creation will be using this or the ticket list or the one on the product. And I would recommend here now, if you have a big event, let's go with 2024. You can add a prefix that will be at the top, at the beginning of the ticket number, and you can add exclusions. I recommend always excluding these numbers. Depending on the font you're using, the I and the L and the 1 looking the same. So it's confusing if you want to type them or want to confirm something. You can have uppercase, lowercase. If you go with lowercase or uppercase, you limit the amount of numbers that are possible. If you say both, then you double basically the amount of possible numbers. But it's also difficult to read. Numbers needed, yes or no, or only numbers. You decide. Maybe you have a barcode scanner that cannot scan letters, or I don't know. If you have a reason for only numbers, you can decide to go there. You can have a delimiter, and then you say how many letters, and then the delimiter should follow with 20, let's say with 5, so you have display ticket number to login user QR code. In case, this for ticket for event organizers, in case you have your own system and you want to scan the QR code with your own system and you want to have information that is only readable with your system, you cannot use the ticket scanner from us, from the plugin, no problem. You can add also your own ticket scanner, and you can say use my QR code content. You add your content in here. Let's remove this. If you leave it like this, it will be the same like it is right now. And you can enter a lot of additional information. You have again the placeholders that are replaced full automatically, but then you can decide what is the content of the QR code and you can scan it with your system. Add to the ticket QR code the full one. This is if you have if you're not really using your ticket scanner, but you want to use the ticket scanner for redeem operation, and you have a standalone QR code scanner, you can add this feature, and then the QR code will contain the full qualified domain name to your ticket scanner and attach the ticket, the public ticket ID. URL to the QR code image. This was a request feature for you. It's not really needed. For event organizers, you can add a URL, and this will be added additional to the QR image, not for the ticket, not for the emails. It's just a QR code image you can download. You can access this within the admin area. So this is a special need here. Leave it like it is and you're fine. And this only, I explained this. If you need the full qualified URL because you have a third-party system and you jump via internet browser to the ticket scanner and redeem immediately, then you can use this option here. Attach the QR code image, also again for faster access. If you just want to give them the QR code images, they open the email and one image after the other. You can have them also as a PDF. You can have them also as a one single PDF with a lot of pages and a lot of QR codes attached. Now with the order detail view, I recommend using the order detail view. It's the best experience, and it's much faster than opening emails and doing something there. And you can just choose what you want. Expiration for event organization, it's not needed. You do this. You can do this also on the product level. Branding, yeah, of course, you can remove my branding. I'm not really happy about this, but yeah, it's possible. You can remove it. Great, that's it for the options. Let's go to the product really fast, and then you're done. So this is an example product where you have the event ticket, so marked as a ticket. I give him a nice fancy name and so on. And then we have the option to download the event flyer from here. You can download the calendar file if needed. You can view the entrance logs, how many people entered already the page. You see them here. If you click here, you open the detailed admin view from the ticket number. Let's close this here. And you can also download the logs with a little bit more information than just what was shown in here. This is for fast access. If you have a dispute, you were already in the location or not, you left, then you can check this really fast with the search engine in there. This is a variant product, a variable product. And just to demonstrate this here, you can have the event ticket. You activate this to become a ticket product. If you remove it, it's a normal product. You need to choose a list. where you taking or generating the ticket numbers in. And on the list itself, you can have the ticket number formatter additional. So this gives you a quite flexible option that you have, that you understand just by reading the ticket number what's going on here if you use this. You can type in a location. It's just free text. It will be added to your PDF. There are optionals here. It's not really visible, but they're optional. You can add a start date, start time, an end date, end time. You can enter just a start time without the end time. It's totally up to you. But for events, it might make sense to have at least the first one, and maybe it's an open event, goes for till the next day. You can have this in here. If the event is for 2 days, then you can have the second date here written in there, and depending on how you allow to enter the venue or the event, you can have 2 tickets or 1 ticket. The date is for all variants, then activators if you have variants in here. And the variant could be VIP launch, a rank, chair or not chair also, or whatever you have in mind. Then on the variants, just before we jump in here, let's jump really fast to the variants. And this is I just choose dates here, edit one and say, okay, then I have 3 variables or variants of this ticket. Yeah, and just to demonstrate, okay, it could be in the hour, the entrance time. So going back here. Max redeem operations, how often are you allowing them to go in and out? You can add this here. If you add 0, then they can do, the max redeem operation is unlimited. By default, it's maybe 1. Yeah, I added 4 in here for testings and so on. But you can say it's only 1. You can print this additional information, so you do not need the short description of the product. You can enter here some information, and this will be printed on the PDF. You can use a little bit HTML to make it bold, or of course italic also. It's possible, but don't exaggerate. Try it out first before you start selling your tickets. The amount of ticket numbers per item sale. If you have group tickets or you have family tickets, and then they buy 1 product and they receive the amount of the number in here. So if you set it to 4, they will get 4 tickets for 1 item purchase. Simple. The default is 1, of course. Request a value for each ticket. This could be helpful if you want to do something. You give giveaways, t-shirt size or something like this. You decide it's only 1 value they can enter during the checkout process. If you activate this, there will be an input field, and this will be the label of the input field. The default is name for the ticket plus this counter, and you can add your text, whatever you need. The option in here is just this placeholder count. That's it. To have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that they understand, okay, this is for the 5th ticket and this information is for the 6th ticket and so on, if they buy more than 1 ticket. And the value is limited, 240 letters, that we are not exploding. The value for each ticket is mandatory or optional. You decide by just activating this here. You could ask for email address or something like this. Totally up to you. This can be printed, of course, also on the ticket. It will be printed there. Then, like I said, you can override the global setting for the number format, the ticket number format. Just activate this in here, add a prefix, optional. Better is to have something like this, or if you go with delimiters, to have something like this there. And I prefer this one. You can use some placeholders, and if you add these placeholders, then the ticket number will be generated live using the timestamp or the year or the month in here, and they will be during the creation time created. Yeah, and then the number will be, the prefix will be part of the ticket number. And same here, just ending this. If you want to expire the ticket, this makes not really a lot of sense for event organizers. You can enter a time in here. Days. These are days. Yeah. Activate redirect URL. Yeah, not really. I have no clue what you would do there if it's on the event. It's more for virtual events where you can start and redirecting them somewhere once they're redeeming the ticket or validating the ticket. It's for the validator. So in this case, you need to activate also the validator form. The validation form, super simple to activate. There's a shortcode. If you go to the event ticket, you scroll completely down. The shortcodes are listed below. You copy paste this, add this to a page, and this is your validation page. You can overwrite the images for the ticket that's set on the global level, on the product level, in case you need this. You can do this also on the group, on the ticket list, of course. That's it for the product. So, and then back here to just show you the lists. You can add lists in here. Let's edit this one. And you have a name, you have a description in case you want to display this on the ticket. It should be something quite useful. You can set the expiration days, and the expiration day will be calculated from the global one, then from the list, and overwritten by the product at the end, or if you need this. But expiration, I don't think it makes sense for event organizer. So then this for vouchers or something like this. You can overwrite the images. You can have also your number format in here, and you can have a webhook. You're overwriting the webhook, the global webhook, just for the list if a ticket is sold, in case you need this, to inform another system. That's it. It was not so quick as I thought, but better you understand the options quite well so that you can have a quick start. Thank you very much for your patience and your time, and I hope you enjoyed this plugin. Thank you very much. Have a great event. Bye.